to our live broadcast here on theValleyCentral.com. It's coming to you from Brownsville, Texas on a Friday night. I'm Joe Bolden with you. Sam Stadium, the location, as the Harlingen South Hawks are taking on the Veterans Memorial Chargers. And in this game, it's a 7-0 lead for the Hawks as we get ready to start the second half of play. This game very well could be scoreless as they slug it out between these two teams all the way down to the final seconds, literally, when Sean Montemayor punched it in on a 1-yard run with 37 seconds left in the half. And that's the only points on the night. Hawks have outgained the Chargers 168-98 in total offense. But again, both teams move the ball against the other, prove that they could do that on a sustained drive in both cases. Neither capitalized until that final drive by the Hawks. Also note, quickly played half because of the fact that those were some long sustained drives. It passed by in a hurry, especially the first quarter. Also note, Hawks going to get the football to start the second half after punching it in to close out the first half, which is critical against this Charger defense to come up with a stop out of the gate. Hawks could jump out to a 2-score lead with a score here. Kick off and welcome to the second half. Hawks football across the 25-yard line, looking for a ball blocked to the 40. Now getting across the 35, 43-yard line on a nice return by Harlingen South. And that's where they'll set up shop. Carlos Delangelo on the return. And the Hawks get the football at their own spot between the 44 and 45-yard line to start this drive. They had a drive to start the ball game in Charger territory. We're stalled in the red zone. Had another drive that took it inside the 10, missed the 22-yard field goal, and finally punched it in on their third drive of the night. Set it up here, first and 10.
First play of the third quarter. Sean Montemayor, the quarterback, takes a snap, hands the ball off. Running play goes nowhere.
And that running play was stopped for no gain at all by a carry by Frankie Rose. Short gain on the play, about a half yard. 2nd and 9 for Montemayor. Shotgun formation. Drops back with a snap. Still looking for the call from the sidelines for the Hawks.
Go under here.
Out of the shotgun, Montemayor drops back, fires the pass, left-hand side is going to be caught. First down, down the sideline, stepping out of bounds with Garcia. Took a big hit in the end of that, that's going to be 15 more yards tacked onto the end. 14-yard pass completion to Nick Garcia. And then a 15-yard penalty coming out on the tail end of that. Officials sorting it out on the sidelines, but they send Garcia somersaulting into the track area here at Center Stadium in Brownsville.
They're already over there.
Once again, we are here at Brownsville, Sam Stadium. Joe Bolden with you as we are with the Harlingen South Hawks with the football at the Charger, 26.5-yard line, 1st and 10, first drive of the third quarter. Shotgun formation, Montemayor drops back, fires a pass, left-hand side, caught by Garcia on the sideline, takes it down inside the 15-yard line. They'll rule him out back across the 17, so that's a 9-yard gain. And it will be a 2nd and 1 coming up for the Harlingen South Hawks. Had a little difficulty there on the audio side of things. I think we got that corrected here. And now the Hawks with the football on 2nd and 1 from the 17, leading 7-0. Montemayor, play action, looks to pass. Corner of the end zone, up for grabs. Penalty flag. The ball is caught out of the back of the end zone. Incompleted pass, but a penalty coming up. Garcia ended up catching the ball.
You all moved something over. It was working and then.
And so
Okay, good.
now we're set up with a second down play, or will it be first and goal? It'll be first and goal after they mark this penalty. Second penalty on the drive against the Chargers. We thank you again for joining us here in Brown Stadium in Brownsville. They're going to call this against the Hawks. Or will they? Wait and see. First they backpedaled against the Hawks, and now they'll mark it off against the Chargers. That means it's going to be first and goal coming up at the 9-yard line of the Chargers. Hawks scored on the final drive of the first half, and now we're looking to punch it in to start the second half of play and go up by 2 scores. 7-0 ball game. Montemayor and company started to drive across their own 40-yard line, and before they'll snap it for this play, they'll most likely have to burn one of their 3 timeouts here in the second half. Play clock down to 4 as they make their way back out onto the field. Official will now stop play and reset the play clock, and now they'll mark it off even deeper into Charger territory, down to the 3. First and goal coming up for the Hawks from the 3-yard line. Inside the 3, call it the 2. First and goal coming up. Hawks trying to capitalize on a big penalty against the Chargers. Second penalty of this drive. First one was an unsportsmanlike and a late hit after a pass completion. This one on a pass interference call. First and goal coming out for Montemayor. Still working on the audio issues on this baby right here. Looks like we got that sack to start this second half of play. 10:48 to go in the third quarter. Hawks leading 7-0, wanting more. Montemayor keeps playing. He rollers in the backfield. He rolls. Has been looking on his carries, but he doesn't need to go for him. He gets the handoff here. Now run the ball right hand side. Receiver Moshe Garcia turns the corner, looking to the side. Touchdown Hawks. Just getting in is Nick Garcia. They utilize the receiver on the sweep. Touchdown run makes the 13-0 game. Out of the locker room, the Hawks take the kickoff and punch it right into the end zone. Extra point coming up. 10 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Chargers have been scored on for just the second time tonight. Mark this ball down at the 10-yard line with an extra point. Snap back, a good one. They get the kick away, and it is up and through and good. 14-0. Hawks lead. High school football continues here from Brownsville. Sam Stadium, the location. Chargers of Veterans Memorial going to have to go work down 14-0 to the Hawks from Harlingen South. Thanks again for joining us here on ValleyCentral.com for live streaming audio on a Friday night. Of course, the video portion of this game will come your way about an hour after the conclusion. You'll get to see the work of the BISD students. Brownsville Veterans Memorial Chargers with a big contribution here tonight. On the staff, providing you the multiple camera shots, the replays, and more coming as we continue to expand our coverage here on ValleyCentral.com. On Friday nights, we love to bring you the video, but hey, there's a lot of places in the state of Texas that would like to be streaming video and televising some of the big ball games under the Friday Night Lights, but the EYL rules dictate no. Kickoff underway by the Hawks. The Chargers to return it. We're inside the 15, back across the 20, looking to the right side, and spun down there at the 22. The penalty flag comes on the back side of that. The Chargers would have started this drive at about their own 22. We'll see what this penalty is all about. On the replay, it's a short kick. Just run it up the field, see what you can get.
Face mask going to be called against the Hawks. So add 15 yards to this return. Chargers going to get good shape field position to start this first drive of the second half for their offense. Coming up during the 10 o'clock report on Action 4, we'll have Friday Sports Extra coming your way with a full set of highlights and interviews and more coming from across the valley here on the Friday night. Sunday with Sunday Sports Extra, a full half-hour show beginning at 10:30 with all the highlights again and more interviews, analysis, predictions, leading up to an NFL doubleheader showdown. All coming your way on Action 4. Here on ValleyCentral.com, it's high school football on a Friday night. First and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Marcus Castillo, the quarterback, takes a snap, hands the ball off, running play, and that ball got knocked loose, and the Hawks say they got it. No indication by the official, now let's say second down. Hard hit delivered on the ball carrier, Derek Rodriguez. He'll end up gaining 3 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 7 for the Chargers at Brownsville Veterans Memorial. For the Chargers, they had one super good sustained drive against this Hawk team in the first half. Couldn't get any points out of the deal. 2nd and 7 here, looking to get something going. Will run to the right side. Rodriguez hemmed in, taken down, strung out of bounds. Perfectly played that time by the Hawks. Nothing doing from Rodriguez on the carry. Brings up 3rd and long. Rodriguez on the night, 13 carries, 41 yards. Chargers with just over 100 yards of offense total. As we are sitting with 9:33 and counting left in the third quarter of play. Trail 14-0 to the Harlingen South Hawks. Castillo on the shotgun, takes a snap, faces it off, interior running play, across the middle of the field, 50-yard line, into the Hawk territory, that's the first down. Good looking carry by Kevin Fisher. Little shovel pass to Fisher up the middle. And the Chargers move the chains, 1st and 10, into Hawk territory. Other streaming games coming your way tonight on ValleyCentral.com. We've got 7 games total. Thanks again for joining us here on this one. Chargers run the ball on the left-hand side with a sweep. Trying it upfield. It's going to be Derek Rodriguez. He'll end up gaining a good 3 or 4 yards on the play. Call it 4. Second down coming up. It's a design sweep. Turning it upfield and then trying to cut it straight upfield. That's when the pursuit caught up. But for Rodriguez, a 4-yard gain. Football spotted at the Hawk 42. Chargers trying to answer the Hawks' drive as they got points on the board to start the second half. Blitz coming. Rodriguez takes the snap, hit the backfield, spins away from one, won't get away from the next 40, down he goes. Loss of 6 on the play. First guy back there was Christian Rodriguez. And Derek Rodriguez will end up losing a bundle. 4 yards on the loss, back to the original line of scrimmage, brings up 3rd and 10. 8 minutes left here in the third quarter. 3 receivers set for Castillo. Single receiver to the right side, out of a shotgun. Rodriguez in the backfield for protection for Castillo, movement on the line. Penalty flag comes in, that'll be a 5-yarder against the Chargers. Scoring plays, it's easy to recap those for you. Sean Mayor took it in with 37.7 seconds to go in the first half. We had a 7-0 game. Nick Garcia on a receiver sweep runs it in from 4 yards out to start the third quarter. That's where we're sitting, 14-0 game. Still 3rd down, now 15 yards to go for the Chargers. Blitz coming by the Hawks. Garcia gets a pass away over the middle, incomplete. The intended receiver was Alfonso Bella. Took a big hit, all fell incomplete. Punting time for the Chargers. Castillo, 4 of 6. Throwing the ball for just 27 yards for the Chargers. That one delivered a little high. Would have been short of a first down on the attempt to Bella. Punting time for the Chargers. And a bad snap through the punter, picks it up, still manages to get in the way. He gets hit. A nice rolling punt. Takes the Charger roll. But the penalty should give the Chargers the football back. Now the thing about it is that once that ball went through the punter, that rule changes at some levels on what's allowed on trying to block that punt. Because he literally becomes, in some eyes, a ball carrier, and even though he got the punt away, the collision it's not roughing the punter anymore. And that's what the coaches are arguing on the Hawks sideline, is that if he sidesteps with that ball at all, makes any movement as a runner, then he's not protected by that late hit. And that's what a big discussion is going on with right now. If you consider the punter, which means he picked up the football and kicked it, see if we can see the replay here. Chargers going to get the football back, it appears. Here comes the call. Yes, roughing the punter. 15-yard penalty against the Hawks, and the Chargers get a gift. From a bad snap to a 15-yard penalty, they'll mark the ball down at the Hawk 37 and circle this one as the play that either got the Chargers back in the game or was one of their last chances to do so. 1st and 10. From the 37-yard line, 7:17 to go in the third quarter. And I say that because a 2-score lead in this ball game, with the way these two teams are capable of eating up big chunks of clock, you may not have time to sustain 2 drives. Castillo wants to throw. Pump fake, fires the ball. Up goes, completed pass. And they would love to have that one back. He underthrew Vela, who with the utilization of a pump fake had found an opening in the secondary. Incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 7:11 to go in the third quarter. Chargers, the Brownsville veterans, down 14-0 to Harlingen South's Hawks. Hawks trying to go 4-0 on the season. Chargers trying to go 3-1. Their lone loss coming in the hands of the Portisville Tarpons, first game of the year. Running play, quarterback keeper. Castillo backs in across the 35-yard line. Gains a couple. And just like that, it's quickly back to 3rd down for the Chargers. Football at the Hawks 35-yard line. For Castillo, 7 carries, 39 yards on the night. Clock running, 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Charger football at the Hawk 35-yard line. Castillo sets him down. 10 on the play clock. Takes a snap. Fires a pass left inside. Caught by Bella. Makes a nice move. Penalty flag. Maybe a hold or a late hit. Short of a first down as Bella comes up limping on that play. He's okay. Brought down to the 30. That's a couple yards short of a first down, but we'll see what the penalty's about. It happened after the pass was delivered. There was a couple of things going on over there. The Hawks were blitzing from that side, so perhaps there was a hold on that, or there could have been a late hit. It is going to be a personal foul late hit against the Hawks. 15 more yards coming up. And if you're just joining us, that seems to be the tone here in the second half. In the Hawks drive, there were a couple of 15-yard penalties called against the Chargers that assisted Harlingen South in moving the ball down, ultimately scoring a touchdown. In this drive, that's the second 15-yard penalty against the Hawks. One being roughing the punter on an exchange when a center snapped the ball through the punter's legs. Here, after a reception, Castillo, shovel pass, inside, turning the corner to left inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line goes Kevin Fisher. Second time this drive they went to that play, and they found something there. 6-yard gain to Fisher. That is considered a pass. So Fisher now with 4 catches on the night. 2nd and 6 from just inside the 10. Chargers can get a first down here without getting in the end zone. They need to cross over the 6-yard line to do so. Castillo out of a shotgun. Play clock at 10. Hansel keeps the ball in his own. Takes on the tackler, takes on a second, drives forward, got near first down yardage, and gets thrown back. And we'll see what the spot is here for the Chargers. Looks to be about a yard short. Castillo initially ran through the first tackler, took a couple guys head on, and then lots of help came for the Hawks. He is short of a first down. Third down coming up for the Chargers. If they can get to the 6, they should have enough for a first down. Again, from Sam Stadium in Brownsville, Texas. It's a 14-0 game. I'm Joe Hollywood here on ValleyCentral.com. Live streaming audio coming your way on a Friday night. Play clock down to 1, and they will not get the snap off. They were trying to call a timeout. At least the coaches up here to my left were telling the sidelines to call a timeout. But they didn't. There'll be a penalty, and that'll hurt. It's just a 5-yard penalty against the Chargers, but miscommunication that time on getting the play off. And then getting a timeout call to prevent this penalty. And the game clock continues to run. 4:45 and counting. Third down, but now 7 yards to go for the Chargers. They've got to get into the 6 for a first down. Castillo takes a snap, hands the ball off, running play, and quickly back to the 10-yard line. And the football comes loose, but they'll blow that dead. Omar Rodriguez on the carry. Fourth down coming up, and about 4.5 yards, make it 5 yards to go for the Chargers. 4th and 7. Field goal doesn't do you much good here. Chargers running the ball, averaging about 4.3 yards per carry. That won't get you a first down to get your average. Derek Rodriguez has carried the low about 15 carries, 41 yards, just under 3 yards per carry. Castillo wants to throw over the middle, ball tipped and intercepted in the end zone by the Hawks. The officials looking to see if he was down prior to going in the end zone. And the discussion occurs right there. The momentum carried him into the end zone. Hawks say they came up with the football as Carlos Delangelo has it in his hands. Officials to make the call. They're going to place it at the 1. So the Hawks get the interception on 4th down, and they have to start a drive at their 1. Charger defense asked to make a giant play right here with 3:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Because if the Hawks can get out of the shadows of their own end zone and start a drive and build it, they can take a ton of time off this clock, and they already lead by 2 scores. 14-0 to score. Hawks offense on the field. Now, this is not a good place to operate a shotgun formation. At least it's not a secure, safe feeling that you got on the sidelines. They'll do it. Montemayor out of the shotgun stands 5 yards deep in his end zone before the snap. Whistle timeout call by the Hawks. They wanted to make dead sure they had a play call that was going to gain some yardage because, again, when you're taking a snap in your end zone, first thing first, quarterbacks got to eat up the 3 yards of real estate to get them back out of the end zone where safety occurs. With that timeout, I'm going to step aside for just a few seconds. Live streaming audio coming your way from Brownsville, Texas. Sam Stadium, the location. Hawks lead the Chargers 14-0 on ValleyCentral.com. We need to say welcome you again to our live streaming audio here in Brownsville. Fans across the valley tuning in, across the world tuning in as we continue to bring you high school football from the Rio Grande Valley. First down and 10 yards to go for the Harlingen South Hawks from their own 1 yard line. Montemayor on the shotgun formation. Takes a snap, hands the ball off, and in the backfield, he got out of there. Key Rose was hit in the end zone and managed to struggle forward, got it back out across the 1. That was close to a safety. Charger defense chomping at the bit, hoping they could put some points on the board and hand the ball back to the offense. It was for a second time tonight, had it in the red zone, came up empty-handed on the points. Shotgun formation again, Montemayor out of his own end zone. Takes a snap, drops back to throw. Heaves the ball deep downfield. That's going to be up there. Drives and run! Caught by the man out on the left-hand side. Makes a nice move. Persiano, middle of the field. Dodges another tackler. Midfield strike. Down to the 45-yard line. He made a terrific adjustment. Finally gets brought down at the 45-yard line. That is a 54-yard completion. And the Hawks come up with a big offensive play. Preciado appeared to have been covered downfield, makes the adjustment, used the height advantage, and then made something out of nothing on the yards after the catch. First and 10 Hawks from the 43 of the Chargers. Montemayor out of a shotgun. Drops back, wants to throw. Here's the rush, gets the pass away. Antonio Preciado leaps. Incomplete as it was knocked out of his hands. And at that time by Victor Aguilar. Incompleted pass. For Grant Preciado, 6 catches, 129 yards tonight. For Sean Montemayor, 14 passes, caught, 20 attempted, 14 of 20 for 202 yards. Second and 10 as the clock stops with 2:43 to go in the third quarter. Harlingen South on top 14-0, one more. They'll run it to Key Rose. Runs it left side, got it out to the 40. He'll gain 3.5, bringing up third down. And the defense of the Chargers gets a chance here on third and long to come up with a stop. We've seen the Hawks go for it on fourth down in this area. That was in the first drive of the night. They converted there. So even if they don't get something here on third, don't rule out the fact they'll go for it on fourth. 2:10 to go in the third. Hawks, just their second possession of the second half. Eating precious time off the clock. Leading 14-0. Blitz out, they get the pass away. It's caught and it's knocked out of his hands. Big time hit. Nick Garcia, the intended receiver, and he was drilled. And that'll bring up fourth down. Watch this hit when you get to see the replay. A high pass, and that's how you tease separate ball from receiver. Incomplete pass. Hawks keep the offense on the field. Montemayor will go for it on fourth down from the 39-yard line of the Brownsville Veteran Memorial Chargers. Shotgun, waits for the snap on fourth down. Stillman takes it, drops back, looks to pass, fires it over the left-hand side. It's going to be batted down. We got a lot of contact, and a penalty flag is going to be thrown. Nick Garcia, the intended receiver, official threw the flag, and he's right now looking at Aguilar. Well, once again, we have another 15-yard penalty against the Chargers that will assist this Hawks team on a drive. It was fourth down, pass interference against the Chargers. 15-yard penalty, first down Hawks. They convert again on fourth down with the assistance of a penalty. Minute 50 to go here in the third quarter. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line of the Chargers. This drive started by the Harlingen South Hawks at their 1. They're now down to the 24. First and 10, Montemayor. New set of downs. 3 receiver set right-hand side. Single receiver left-hand side. That's Nick Garcia. Montemayor takes a snap, hands off to Key Rose, hesitates, turns it back to the left-hand side, got a block, got another block down the sideline, inside the 5. Brought down there, his best run of the night. Goes for 19. First and goal coming up for the Hawks. They intercepted a pass at the 1-yard line. Had to start the drive there. Nearly were tackled for a safety on the first play of this drive. And now we're trying to cap off this 99-yard drive. First and goal from the 5. Montemayor sets him down, takes a snap, hands it off to Quiroz, running hard right inside. Stacked up, trying to strip the ball, can't do so, and Quiroz is taken down as he gets it down to around the 3. Second and goal coming up for the Hawks. Nothing fancy about this, just a handoff, run it right side. So the Chargers trying to strip that ball out of there. Anything they can to get their hands on the football will be beneficial right now. Down 14-0, but the Hawks want more. On second and goal, Montemayor hands it off to Quiroz. Get in the backfield, throw him down. They try to get the football, they wrestle away, and they got it! Chargers come up with the turnover. I said earlier they would do anything possible to get their hands back on the ball, and they literally take it out of the hands of Quiroz, and that's, when you see the replay on this one, that's your textbook, tackle the football, see what happens. As Quiroz took the handoff, first guy to hit him literally grabbed the football, jerked it from his arms. Good news, Chargers get the football back. Bad news, from their own 7-yard line, they got to start a drive. Down 14-0, minute 2 left here in the third quarter. But more importantly, they keep this a two-score game. Down 14-0, Castillo and company got to get something going and score points. They'll run the ball left-hand side. Nice hole opens up for Omar Rodriguez. Now the football comes loose again, and the Hawks may get it. Officials wait. Will they blow it dead or not? They'll say he was down. Second down coming up for the Chargers. Hawks defense nearly came up with a big play there. Sigh of relief on the Chargers sideline that time. 6-yard gain for Omar Rodriguez. Under a minute left here in the third quarter. Charger with the football at their own 14-yard line. Marcus Castillo out of a shotgun formation. Drops back, keeps it himself, runs. Up the middle of the field, crosses the 15. Stacked up as he got close to the 16. That'll be short of a first down. That'll bring up third down for the Chargers. Down 14-0, closing seconds of the third quarter. He's less than a yard short of a first down after they spot that football down. Now they stop the game clock to take a look at the sidelines. And they may indeed measure this. It looked like he was stopped well short of the first down. They gave him a real kind spot here, and now they are going to measure, if nothing else, just to see how close they are when they spot it down for this third down play. Stretch and change, well, that's short by inches. 6 inches shy of a first down are the Chargers. Their offense is already at the line of scrimmage. Once they spot this football down, they'll start the game clock and the play clock simultaneously. So they can still get another snap off to close out this third quarter. Wind non-existent, so it's not going to affect anything in the passing game. To close out this, what should be the fourth quarter, with some excitement building, that the Chargers can get some points on the board. They trail 14-0 thanks to a 1-yard touchdown run by the Hawks to close out the first half. Under a minute left when they got the first points of the night. Second score came on the first drive of this third quarter on a 4-yard run by Nick Garcia. That's it, 14-0 between the two teams. All points belong to the Hawks. Chargers ready to go. Game clock starts. We're down to 10. Snap back to Castillo. Takes the handoff, goes right side. Bounces off the tackler. Stays on his feet. Backs out across enough for what should be a first down. And both played dead with 2.4 seconds to go, and it will be a first down for Castillo. And he made something out of nothing out of that. They're at the line. They won't get a snap off. And that, my friends, is the end of the third. After 3 at Sam Stadium in Brownsville, Chargers and Brownsville Veteran Memorial Trail, the Hawks from Harlingen South. 14-0. This is live stream audio coming your way. I'm Joe Bolden with you on ValleyCentral.com.
You're accenting too many times. Preciado. You're saying preciado. Preciado. And Montemayor. You're saying Montemayor. You're sounding very white. It's not. Stop. Say Montemayor. See, that's what it's like.
Welcome back to the broadcast here. Fourth quarter underway. This is the Chargers with the football. Marcus Castillo takes a snap. Keeps himself running the left-hand side. Moves out across the 22-yard line. The Chargers got it going forward now, though. Trailing 14-0. 12 minutes left in this ball game and counting as Castillo gains that 3 yards. Thus far, the duo of Sean Montemayor and Grant Preciado have been the nemesis against the Chargers tonight. They have accounted for some big plays, resulting in scores on a couple of drives. Castillo takes a snap here, running play left-hand side. Out across the 5-yard line to 6 is Tyler Gonzalez. For Gonzalez, he'll gain 6. Brings up a 3rd down play. 3rd and short for the Chargers. This drive started with their 7. They're now 20 yards beyond that of their own 27. Need to get some points out of the deal. They've been in the red zone twice on the night, both times. Held scoreless. Castillo out of the shotgun. Man motion left to right. Takes a handoff, keeps himself running left-hand side. Stiff arms a man across the 30-yard line. That's good enough for a first down as he's brought down to the 33. So much has improved on this Charger team from their first game out of the chute when they were blitzed on this very field by the Portisville Darkness, who, by the way, have blitzed everyone this season, including tonight. Last I heard, they were doing the same thing on their homecoming to St. Joseph. Running play and around penalty flag. Chargers gain some yardage out to the 39-yard line. Ball carrier was Alfonso Bell. But this one, most likely coming back against the Chargers. Penalties have played a factor in this ballgame. This is talking me over right now. They will make the call. Illegal motion on the Chargers. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll remain first down. It will be not first and 15. Highlights of this one coming your way on Action 4 tonight during Friday Sports Extra. Kevin Nato should be down here tomorrow night. There's no afternoon game here in Brownsville, or was the case last week, morning game. Here we are, Chargers with the football, and this time Castillo keeps it, hesitates, runs forward, got to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Short gain of 3. Clock running, 9:56 to go in the ball game. Chargers with Brownsville Veteran Memorial trailing Harlingen South 14-0. Marcus Castillo now 13 carries for 59 yards. Leading the way, rushing the football for the Chargers. Shotgun this time. 4 receiver set on 2nd and on 13. Man in motion, make the handoff, keeps himself, quarterback draw. Out across the 33, fights across the 35-yard line. Gain 4. Brings up 3rd and 9 coming up. Make it 3rd and 7 as he got a kinder spot than that. 3rd and 7 for the Chargers. Clock running. We'll go under 9 minutes left in the ballgame. Quickly played football game here tonight in Brownsville. Castillo out of a shotgun. On 3rd and 7. Takes a snap, drops back. Looks to fire a pass over the left. Caught inside the Hawk territory. A leaping catch at the 49-yard line. Reeled in by Kevin Fisher. Big 3rd down conversion right there. 19-yard completion. Castillo and Fisher hooked up for a 5th time on the night. 1st and 10 Chargers. This drive started at their 7. They got to hurry. 8:43 left in this ball game. Castillo takes a snap, heads out the receiver, running right inside on a sweep. Back to the 41-yard line. Stop there. Carried by Vela. He'll gain 5 yards on the play. Chargers are hoping they can punch this in and then stop the Hawks. 8-18 counting in the ballgame. 14-0 score. Harlingen South on top. Chargers now with over 200 yards of offense. 150 of that coming on the ground. Castillo keeps it, drops back, looks to throw, fires it deep over the middle, incomplete over through everyone. Alfonso Bell was the intended receiver. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 7:57 remaining in the game. 3rd down coming up for the Chargers. 3rd and 5 from the 41 of the Hawks. Castillo now 7 of 11 passing, 65 yards. He's been picked once. Timeout wise. Chargers have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Got to get points. Stop the Hawks. Get the ball back. Score again. Another 8 minutes. Castillo keeps on a design quarterback draw. Takes it down to the 37-yard line. That's close to a 1st down, but it's going to be about a half-yard short, depending on that spot. And a 4th down play coming up for the Chargers. They check in Omar Rodriguez. 4th down for the Chargers. Right at a yard to go. Looks like the change of spotted just ahead with 36. Castillo takes a snap, keeps himself. He got 1st down as he dives it down to the 34-yard line. Good, strong downhill running that time by Marcus Castillo. He'll gain 5 and the chains move again. Poised right now by the Spectrum Memorial team on how they're sustaining this drive. There's no panic, no rush as far as exceeding what your limitations are and what you do and how you operate your offense. They'll spot the football down, and before they do so, as far as starting the clock goes, we've got a timeout on the field. Indicated, at least the move was taken by, it was an injury. One of the Hawks was shaken up just a bit. The Hawk team came into this ball game undefeated, 3-0. And during the week, they lost their feature back, Jaden Taylor, to an injury. He was held out of this game. Now, for the fans of the Hawks, keep up with him. I can tell you, he's out of uniform, staying on the sideline in shorts. But just prior to this game beginning, when the teams went into the locker room, for whatever reason, he remained on the sideline and had to retrieve a football and jogged across the field, looking in pretty good shape there. Here we go, 1st down play, 1st and 10 to 34. Castillo makes a pass, now he falls down, and then he gets hit. Awkward hit that time after Castillo pulled the ball back after faking the pass. Went to run, went to backpedal, fell down, and then got hit just before his knees went down. Loss of the play, call it 3, 2nd down. Clock running with 6:38 to go in the game. Chargers down 14-0. Ball sets to the Hawk 34. Running play this time. Receiver, sweep, outside, and then a penalty comes in. Hawks are indicating it's going to be a hold against the Chargers. We're running again with Bella. There will be a hold against the Chargers now. So the Hawks decline this. It'll be third down. And beyond 10 yards to go. They accept the penalty. They'll take the ball back near the midfield stripe. It will remain second down though. And they'll accept the penalty. Now moving back inside the 50-yard line, back to the 49-yard line of the Chargers. It's a spot foul. The hold was occurring behind the line of scrimmage. 10 yards more from there. Second down, call it forever for the Chargers to get a first down. Castillo drops back. Pump fake, fires the ball back inside. Man there, intercepted by the Hawks. Stepping in front with Delangelo. The intended receiver was Alfonso Bell. And the turnover on the interception gives the ball back to the Hawks. They lead 14-0 with 6:11 to go in the game. And Bella puts some more air into that ball, you never know. Castillo, because Bella was behind Delangelo. Delangelo made a nice play on that ball, but intercepted. Give the ball to the Hawks. Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Mission, take time off the clock, leading 14-0. Pumping off with the ball. Out of a shotgun formation. Takes a handoff, keeps himself, running play right inside, has the road, down the 29-yard line, and out of bounds he goes. That'll be good enough for a 7-yard gain. Oh, 8. Second and 2 coming up. This one a quickly played game. 5:39 remains. Hawks with the football on second down. Handoff. Running plays right hand side. He rolls now to get for should be a first down. Rolls brought down at the 34 out of the chase. 4-yard gain. Hawks scored. He pulls out the first half. Scored on their first possession of the second half, and that's good enough. They lead 14-0 here with the football in their hands and the clock in their favor. 5:17 to count in the game. Under 10 on the play clock. On first down. Hawks. Quarterback keeps it. Bounces it out to your side. Cracked up and thrown down. Back to the 30-yard line. First two guys were responsible for holding up the quarterback. You will see here. Everybody else tackled the football. 1 yard, and he's on to it though. Second down coming up for the Hawks. Clock running before 37 to go. Chargers do have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Got to get their hands back on the football. Hawks trying to close this deal out. On the road, trying to go 4-0 on the season. Out of the shotgun. They'll pass. Swing pass left side. Caught. Got him again. Got away from one man. Got away from another. And runs with a couple dragging behind and gets a first down on a 12-yard catch. Grant Preciado, 7 catches, 141 yards. And those chains will move once again. Montemayor, checked at 15 out of 22 for 254 yards in the air. Shotgun formation on first and 10. Under 4 minutes left in the game. Hawks on first down. Running play Quiroz. Head wrapped up. Drives forward. Managed to gain a yard out of the play. Second down coming up. That's scored and the other Brownsville team taking on the Harlingen team. This time it's Lopez taking on Harlingen. Cardinals leading that one 28-0. Here, Hawks from Harlingen South lead the Chargers from Brownsville Veteran Memorial 14-0. Circle that game between Lopez and this Charger team. That'll be a good one in Brownsville shaping up. Running play by D. Rose. Goes nowhere again. The Rose will gain a yard. Second down, the Charger. Hawks. Chargers their first time out. They got 2 remaining. 3:07 left in this ball game. Highlights coming up on Action 4 tonight during Friday Sports Extra. Give you a report. I'll have an interview with some of the players. Across the valley, more highlights coming in. We'll have another live shot coming in as well. Grego is covering the Lafaria Santa Rosa tonight. Last year, Santa Rosa won 1 game. It was this one. That was all they could talk about. We beat Lafaria. What they talked about the other night. We beat Lafaria. Lafaria had a decent season, a good season. What they talk about? Can't wait to get Santa Rosa back. Tune in Action 4 to 10. We'll see highlights from that. Here, 3:07 to go in the ball game in Brownsville at the same stadium with the Harlingen South Hawks lead 14-0. They have 3rd and 7 football squarely in the middle of the football field. Montemayor with the football out of a shotgun. Waits for a snap. Takes it. Keeps himself. Huge hole down the left-hand side, and he is gone! Montemayor going to go 50 yards, but he will try to catch him, did they? They caught him at the 1. And now a penalty flag comes in at the end of it. And that'll be against Montemayor. So that would have been a 49-yard gain. And on the replay, if they show that, you'll look, he looks back. He had clear sailing. And as was the case earlier in the ballgame when Nick Garcia appeared to hesitate going into the end zone, Montemayor does the same thing. So with 2:57 remaining in the ballgame, Montemayor thought he had got in. He drove for that pylon, then got up and official turn through the flag, and there we go. March it up 15 yards. Ball back to the 16-yard line of the Chargers. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. What a giant hole that opened up that time for Montemayor. So they got 34 out of that 49-yard gain. First and 10 for the Hawks. Running play for Rose, left-hand side, stacked up. They'll try to take the ball away from him. He hangs on to it for dear life. Clock stops as they call the timeout on the Charger sideline. Stops the clock with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left here in this game. Talk about the highlights, what you get to watch this one if you so choose. After the conclusion of this one, watch for the archives that become available on valleycentral.com. As will be the case with the other 6 games that are streaming tonight. 7 games total. 4 last night, another one tomorrow night. 146 on the schedule at the start of this season. I know it's going to grow. I know it already has. Here we are, 2:50 to go in this one. 14-0, Harlingen South Hawks on top of the Chargers. Brownsville Veterans Memorial. I'm told I'll be live during the 10 o'clock show at 10:13. little magic out, get out of the booth, cross the feet, and grab a highlight, grab an interview or two. Put on the other hand. Second up play coming up for the Hawks. 2nd and 7. Yard takes himself. That's through a tackle. Got through another one. He gets down near the 8. That'll be close to first down yardage for the Hawks. Just a little short. Getting up 3rd and 2. Clock running with 2:30 to go. Chargers has 1 timeout remaining. They'll look back at this ballgame and know they had opportunities. A couple of chances in the red zone. Came up empty-handed on trips. 3rd down play. Looking over the football for the Hawks. Keeps himself, runs right hand side, and is thrown forward, and that should give him enough for a first down. They hit him, but they threw him forward. We'll look at the spot here. Down to 6, that's enough for a first down. Minute 59 left in this one. Hawks lead 14-0. They can score more points. I'm sure they have to do so. They can probably get away with taking a lead. They'll run the play once they are. Keeps himself, goes right inside. Comes it upfield with a 5 and throws backwards there. Charger defense still playing tough down there, trying to protect the end zone now as the football stepped down to the 4. You see flagging off to the far side. Defense got away with a minute 19 left. We've had enough of that for the last couple of weeks here in high school football. Minute 9 and counting. Hawks with 8 seconds on the play clock. Spread the field. Montreal stays in the ball game. The quarterback, he rolls. Tailback with him. Montreal keeps it, runs right inside. Takes on the tackler. Got in hard. Big collision. Short of the goal line. Montreal is going to get up slowly after that. He took on head on the defender. Both players feel that way. 34 seconds left in the ball game. 3rd down and goal for the Hawks. Their coaches are telling them to take a knee. They can take a knee and take another knee and walk out of here with this ball game. Hawks want a timeout. They're up 14-0. In position, they could punch it in for more points, but their coaching staff was clearly indicating they wanted them to take a knee. When they walk across and shake hands with this Charger team, they're going to be shaking hands with a team that is growing up. I've said it pre-game, I'll say it now in the next couple of weeks. This team is moving forward in leaps and bounds. How much they're improving. The first time they stepped on the field, right here on their home field against Morrisville, riding the ship with a couple of wins. They're going to take a loss here, but they're certainly playing at a much higher level than what a team was that had to replace 38 seniors that graduated from last year's squad. Next year, this Hawk team will resemble that. They've got 32 seniors on the team. This time out, on their way to a 4-0 start for the Hawks. Off to the arm, takes it, takes the knee. That will do it. This ball game in the books. Harlingen South had a tough, hard-fought, closely fought victory tonight. They win it 14-0 over Brownsville Western Memorial, and that is the final. 2-2 are the Chargers on this season. 4-0 are the Hawks as they walk out of Brownsville knowing they were in a battle. Hope you've heard the broadcast again, the live audio coming your way on Friday night, video coming your way about an hour afterwards. Switch it over to one of the other games for streaming. We're going to see you in the back. And make sure to get to Action Sports for Friday Sports Extra. Highlights of this one and more across the valley. For Action Force Sports, for ValleyCentral.com. For BISC, which is system with a broadcasting plan, which will look at camera angles and engineering and production. I'm Joe Bowling, Sam Stadium, Brownsville. Good night, everybody.